Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about something that has been on my mind for a few days ever since Tim Tracker posted this video all about when the Disney parks are going to reopen, and I haven't stopped thinking about it since. Like, there are so many different scenarios. They said in the video that when you find one solution, it leads to another problem, and it's been on my mind for a few days. Obviously, we are all wondering when and how the parks are going to open, and I just wanted to talk about it with somebody. I want to hear your thoughts about it. I usually post every Monday and Thursday, but I was like, I need to say this. I will link Tim's video down below in case you haven't seen it, but I feel like if you're part of the Disney world, you might have seen it. In that video, they got a survey from Universal just asking them a bunch of different questions. So I kind of took that and I put it into like Disney words because I haven't been to Universal since I was like 11. But it's, you know, they're the same thing. The precautions like go hand in hand basically. I feel like there are two sides to this. There's like the guest side but also the cast member side. Starting off with like having everybody wear masks. I think that is really important, but at the same time there is like the Disney look, you know. I just want to say that obviously these are all my own opinions. It's completely okay to disagree with me. Just remember to be nice. And when I'm talking about the mask here, I'm not saying like, wow, fashion is everything, why are we gonna wear masks? I just mean that Disney has a Disney look. Obviously, safety is way more important than how we look. So just remember to be nice, let me know what you think, and have a good day. So Disney has 4 keys, and it's safety, show, courtesy, efficiency. So obviously safety is number 1 above show. Show meaning how we look, like what we say, kind of stuff like that. So obviously having the masks would take away a big part of the show, but safety is the number 1 concern. So I'm just thinking, like, from my perspective when I was working in the shop, like, are they gonna only have a certain amount of people come in the shop? Are they gonna have like the glasses up? Not the glass, but the, what do they call it, the plexiglass, like the plastic. I know they've been doing that at Publix, and they've also only been letting a certain amount of people in the shop. I know that our Publix isn't too busy because it's like one of the touristy Publixes, so not many people have been going. Often Curtis works there. I haven't had to wait outside to get in a shop, but I know that my mom, my grandma has, and I know I've seen on the news that people have been waiting like hours just to get into a shop. That is what I was thinking as far as like the shopping experience goes. Obviously they're gonna have to stay like 6 feet. Is it gonna be like card only? Maybe they're gonna do Apple Pay still. Is there gonna be somebody standing outside each door like saying, no, we have to wait until this person comes out and then you can go in? You know, like, think of Main Street, how big the Emporium is, and there's so many different doors just to like go in the shop. So are they gonna have somebody at each door, you know? I mean, they can definitely do that. I feel like that's not as big of a problem. Obviously, it's gonna create another line. There's a solution to this problem, but then it just causes more problems. Like, okay, let's limit the amount of people in a shop, but at the same time, there's gonna be a line. So is there gonna be just like a family and then 6 feet and then a family and then 6 feet, you know? And then those people maybe aren't gonna wanna wait, or maybe they will, but then they're just gonna go somewhere else. And it just seems like the whole thing is so crazy to me. It calls me crazy. Like, I used to be at the doors and tell people they couldn't go in until my friend on the opposite side said that it's okay, you know? She was watching both doors. But they were still standing in a line, like everyone was around each other, you know? Like, there is so little space on that doorway, like in the path, that I don't see how people could be in groups. Like, maybe they're gonna put tape on the floor or something. So that is the first issue, being the shops. Speaking of food, I'm sure they're gonna take a lot less reservations in the restaurants and having people sit like further away on the tables. So it'll look like quite an empty restaurant. Of course, they're gonna lose so much money with all of this. It's just inevitable. Like, the seats are gonna be apart. There's gonna be limited reservation. Maybe it'll be harder for you to get a reservation, I'm assuming. Or maybe people just won't want to go and eat there. Like, there are so many things. I do not envy the people who are trying to figure this out. I'm sure they've been doing it for over a month now because, again, every solution creates another problem. Tim and Jen were talking about how they would be more comfortable with the park capacity at like 50% or 25%. That's what it said on the Universal survey. I feel like, would Disney just be breaking even if they open for like half the amount of people, or 20, like a fourth of the people they would normally have? Would they even be making any money? that way. And then you think about like the fireworks. There can't be any fireworks because people, you know how close everybody gets. Does that mean your park ticket is gonna be cheaper because you can't freely go through the shops? You can't sit down in a restaurant and eat. You can't stand in the fireworks. And then moving on to the rides, like how are you gonna stand in the line? How are you going to go on the ride? You know, they were talking about not shutting down, but just closing the indoor rides for a little bit. But doesn't that mean your ticket should be less? Obviously, working at Disney, Chris is an annual pass holder, we live 10 minutes away, so if we go to Magic Kingdom and we can't go on, I don't know, the Haunted Mansion, like that's not a big deal to us. But for some people who are coming here on vacation, first of all, are they still going to come here on vacation? Or are they just going to be like, let's wait until next year? Because I have a feeling that a lot of people are just going to wait it out for a really long time. Because like if this was once in a lifetime type thing for me, I wouldn't want to come at this time. To be honest, I think it's going to be great for Florida residents because we go all the time and I think it's going to be really quiet. So getting to explore that will be really interesting. Tim also said that it would be a good idea for them to not let annual pass holders in because we do go all the time. But I feel like not many people are gonna be coming here as their like vacation of the year or something. Also, lots of annual pass holders aren't just from Florida, they come from all over the world. Like you don't have to live in Florida to have an annual pass. So I don't know how that would go. I understand his logic, like let's save the spots for people who are coming from out of town or on vacation, but I don't know how many people are going to be coming here on vacation. This is all just one big blob, but these are all my thoughts just like coming out. And I was also thinking about transportation and the hotels. Are the hotels just going to book way less people? Like, you know, they'll have a room full and then empty and then full. I don't see really what difference that makes, but maybe that's just the best for them. Obviously, like with the buses and the monorail and the Skyliner, what else am I missing? The boats. Obviously, with all of those, they're not going to be able to have people on them. I feel like the Skyliner is the only okay way because you can just put your family in there, like 1 or 2 people even at a time. It's not going to be efficient, which is the last key, but again, safety is the first key. So it's so like blowing my mind. Like then you're gonna have a group of people at the hotel waiting to go on the bus, but like it would just be a waste of time for the bus to come and pick up like 10 people, or is it 10 people that is allowed? And then like go all the way to Magic Kingdom, come back, pick up another 10. Like I'm sure those buses, I'm so bad with estimating groups of people, by the way, so correct me if I'm wrong, but let's just guess that those buses take 50 people at once. Then they would have a fifth of the people that are like, it's just so crazy. They were also talking about having everybody wear masks, but then it's like, how far do you take that? Let's say that we're going to Magic Kingdom and we're driving. So you drive into Magic Kingdom, first you see the parking cast member because you have to either pay or show your band. So that's one person. And then you go to park and then you are walking to get on the tram, which is probably going to be full of people, so that's another spot you're seeing people. And then after you get on the tram, you go to security, obviously a bunch of people, and then let's say you have to buy your ticket, you go to the ticket center, or if not, you just keep going. And then you go on the boat or the monorail. That's full of people. And then after you get to Magic Kingdom, you have to go through the checkpoint, which, oh my gosh, when you scan your magic band, you have to touch it with your finger because it takes your fingerprint or whatever it does. It scans your finger, and everyone, like, oh my god. One of the last days I was at Disney, we were going to Epcot, and there was this really nice man who was wiping down every time after somebody touched their finger. It didn't take that long. So after you scan your magic band, then you're in the park. So like, where are you supposed to put your mask on? Probably at the beginning. But there are some people, and you know, because we see them, there are some people who are like, I don't care if I get it, or I don't think I'm ever gonna get it, nothing would happen to me, blah blah blah. Like, what are we gonna do with those people at the park? You know, it's not like, this is driving me crazy. Oh my gosh, I've already been talking nonstop for 15 minutes. There are always going to be people who don't listen, so how do you handle that? Are you going to kick them out of the park if they're not listening, and then you'll have a whole problem with like their ticket you know, they spent this amount, they want to be in the parks too, but if you're not listening, you can't hang. I don't know. Universal said in their survey, would you be more comfortable with checking everybody's temperatures? Would you be comfortable with testing everybody for coronavirus? And Jen was saying that she doesn't see how it's possible to test everybody for coronavirus, and I agree. I don't know how they would get that many tests. I am not educated enough to talk about that, to be honest. I don't like watching the news, so I'm not going to go into that. But obviously we would all be more comfortable having to check your temperature and doing a test, but how possible is it to do a test? I mean, I think that doing everyone's temperature should be done. I think that's what they're gonna do, but not only for guests but also for cast members. Like, you want to do that coming in every day for work as well. But then for us, it's like, okay, so your temperature is high, you are sent home, are you still gonna get paid for that day? Whenever you call out for a sick day, at least in my case, like, I wouldn't get paid for that, we would just get a point. So does that mean when I get to work, I'm gonna check my temperature and then have to go home and get a point? I was also thinking about the meet and greets, how I don't see how that could be possible. Everybody is saying that it's probably not going to happen, but the entertainment cast members, like, that's their whole job. Are they going to put them somewhere else? I don't know. I don't see what would happen. I don't know. I can't decide if the cast members are going to have more hours or less hours. Like, maybe Disney would only open from, let's just say, like 10 a.m. till 7 p.m. They're open a lot less time of the day. Maybe the cast members will get a lot less hours. It's not going to be as busy, or maybe they expect it to be really busy, so they have to take everybody back. I have no idea. But with all the college program people gone, it's like, who do you have to close at the end of the night? Because that was mostly us. You know, like the full-time people, they bid for what times they want. So, you know, if I'm full-time, I'm gonna be like, oh, like late morning, early afternoon. Like, that to me is like prime time. Obviously they don't want to be closing every day, staying really late. That is just another thing, like, that they rely on the college program kids for. So like, what are they gonna do when they open? There was like 7,000 of us college program, so I don't see them inviting the college program kids back until they figure everything out. I don't think that it's gonna be a thing for a while, unfortunately. Maybe they will, I don't know. And another thing I was thinking about is, like, how can you walk down Main Street? Like, if you have, I don't know if they do this in your grocery stores, but at Publix they were saying, like, you can go up this aisle and then down this aisle. Like, you can't cross paths, if that makes sense. And I was thinking, are they going to do that with Main Street? Like, you know, on this side is only walking up, this side is only down. It's just, there's so many questions in my head. And going back to the topic of the rides, if they do close all the rides that are inside for Magic Kingdom, that is like, what, almost all of the rides? Like, when you think about it, the only rides outside is, I don't know if Splash Mountain counts, because that's like in and out, right? The only rides outside without Splash Mountain, I don't know, is Big Thunder Mountain, Barnstormer, maybe the Mine Train, because that kind of goes inside a little bit. I feel like that's more of an outside ride. Maybe the People Mover, that goes outside and inside, but I don't know about that one again. I feel like that would be an easy one just to wipe down. No, because how would you wipe it down? It's constantly moving. The Dumbo, the Aladdin one, and the one in Tomorrowland, what the heck is that called? Astro Orbiter, that's outside. Teacups, maybe, because like you're really close to, maybe that could be 6 feet, but again, like, are they gonna have to wipe everything down? Not efficient, but also safe. Between them wiping everything down, where is everyone in the line gonna go? Is there gonna be like a virtual queue? I've heard that Universal might do that, but then let's just say, like, you log in or whatever, you check into the ride and they're like, okay, come back in half an hour. Where are you gonna go? Are you gonna go on a different ride? Well, you can't really go on a different ride. Maybe you can get some food and then go to sit and eat somewhere, or can you? And I'm sure there's not gonna be any more parades, because, you know, they stand in rows on Main Street. I mean, maybe they could do the parade if they would like section it off, but again, they're gonna have to lower the capacity of the people who are going, or else no one's gonna get to watch. I saw online somewhere that people were speculating that Disney might open to Florida first, and then the country, and then internationally. And maybe that'll be a good idea to slowly open it since I do feel like it's mainly just going to be Florida residents who are going to the park, because not gonna lie, if it's me, I'm gonna get my safety gear on and go to the park. That's kind of like a moment in history. I kind of want to experience the first day of them coming back. Hopefully I will get to work that. But Tim was also talking about the 3D glasses. Should all the rides that are 3D not be, like, do we have to close the 3D rides? When I was going on, this was the last day before Disney closed, and we went on Toy Story Mania, and I was, in my head, honestly, I was thinking like the glasses, and you know, because you have to pull the thing, and they're not wiping those down in between every time because it would take so long. And I don't think the Hollywood Studios has a ride outside, so if they close all the rides that are indoors, what the heck? Do they have a ride out? Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think that they do. I'm trying to think. And that brings me back to, should the ticket be less? I think that if they lower capacity, they lower the ticket price, they restrict what people can do, they are either going to lose money or just break even in the whole thing. Or they're going to have to raise prices of the merchandise and the food again just to like equal that out. You know, there are so many things I could just keep going on about in this video, but I really want to know your opinions. Like, what do you think is going to happen? I feel like transportation is just going to be a no, but how are people going to get in? My camera was recording for so long that it shut off, so that means I should probably end the video here. But thank you for watching. Please let me know what you think. I want to know everybody's thoughts. It's been going around in my head for so long. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on Monday for another video. Bye.